Your first car when you were a teenager, the last car when you're an old person. There's lots of cars in between. It's top 10 weirdest cars in history. Number 10, the El Camino. Have you ever gone to a hardware store in your car and not had enough room to pick up all your supplies because you showed up in a vehicle that wasn't suitable for the task at hand? Happened a lot at the hardware store, I can tell you, a lot of times. That's just the worst. And on the other hand, trucks are big, and gas prices these days? Pff, I don't think so. I mean, whoa, you're better off pushing the truck to work, like Fred Flintstone. Well, not push, but you know what I'm talking about. Well, what if you had the best of both worlds? Enter the El Camino, a coupe and truck all in one. Introduced in the late 1950s and had multiple models produced up until the mid 80s. It did what it said it would on the box, or at the dealership. It's certainly no replacement for a work truck or as a sleek brand new sedan, but a little bit of the best of both worlds. Its odd shape may be attributed to its average sales. Since being discontinued, it has become a collector car and popular amongst the low-riding and hydraulic car community. They're pretty cool. Or Breaking Bad, Jesse Pinkman's got one. Well, he steals one. Anyway. Number 9, the Gremlin. The 1970s were a great time for motor vehicles. It's just a great time for everyone, right? Remember the 70s? They were great. The AMC Gremlin is a perfect example of necessity is the mother of, well, invention. 1973 saw an oil embargo and crisis, and, well, there was a shortage of gas. So, for the boat-sized cars and gas guzzlers of the time, it wasn't great. So, what if there was a family vehicle that was light, compact, and didn't drink gas like your dad at the summer barbecue? Or drink beer at the summer barbecue. That's where the Gremlin comes in. Some of you may have even had one at one point. Pretty cool, actually. Perfect for first-time learners or for the family. Sales were nothing special, but good, as the Gremlin was finding its way into other markets like racing, and even the Houston Police Force considered it as an actual fleet vehicle. Pretty cool. Though that never went through. It seems to me it's all in the name. You know, you got cars like the Cruise, the Spirit, the Sprint, the Gremlin? That sounds greasy. Number 8, the Pinto. The Pinto was Ford's answer to the economy question of the 70s gas crisis. Gas prices and quality. A car that the whole family could enjoy. Dad, mom, son, daughter. A perfect vehicle for anyone on a budget. What more could you ask for? I mean, really, I'd love a car like that now. Well, how about a fireworks show? And by that I mean the Ford Pinto was noted to have its engine burst into flames when things went wrong. It had other mechanical issues as well. So yes, very sleek, affordable family compact vehicle, but it also had the chance to burst into flames. Sometimes in life, you gotta weigh your options. So burst into flames, take my date to the movie theater, ooh, I gotta weigh those out, I don't know, it's tough to say. Number 7, the 1973 Cadillac Fleetwood 75. That's a mouthful. This is a car, a Cadillac, the finest of sedans around, quality, care, and they usually come in black to make things even more mysterious and sexy. Or just cool, very cool. Sometimes that makes for better sales. Well, what's so weird about this bad boy? It's the size of a small boat, and it handles like one. What's crazy is that even with its extra space and bench seating, like all cars had back then, which is so weird, no seatbelts, it claims to seat 9 people. Yeah, that's right, 9 people with the bench seating. If that's not enough for you, there's even an extended limo version that holds more. Because yeah, okay, but what's really crazy is that the limo wasn't marketed for companies or hotels or corporations, no. My car driving friends, the limo was being marketed to everyday Americans because, well, you know, that's what Americans need. They need a large limousine for the family. They need to roll up to the park in style in the Cadillac. That's what they need. Said some guy in a boardroom, and he was definitely wrong. We don't need that. Number 6, the Cyber Truck. Here's a modern one for you. We all know who Elon Musk is. He's got rockets, he's got cars. He's basically Bruce Wayne, just a lot less suave. He's a little awkward, that guy. He's a little awkward. That's okay though. So you can understand everyone's excitement when he was going to reveal Tesla's version of the work truck. Teslas are cool. They're just cool cars. Which makes sense. It's a big market and there really isn't any electric trucks out there to fit the bill there. Well, he unveiled it and it looks like someone forgot to shave it down. a few angles, or like it literally just left the drawing board, something like that. It looks like something out of a science fiction movie and is going to take a moment to get used to, especially in work sites where everyone else has a Chevy or a Ford or something similar. Oh, and don't smash the windows, by the way. They're not brake proof yet. You remember when he did that? He was on. Did you see that when he unveiled it off stage? Like, these windows are brake proof. And I watched Jerry Seinfeld, and he smashed it and the windows cracked. He's like, oh, well, we're gonna work on that. Number 5, the 1981 DeLorean DMC-12. What a classic. Everyone knows what a DeLorean is. I would be very surprised if anyone said, no, I don't know what that is. Now, why is that? Well, why would a sports car from the 1980s with a sci-fi exterior be so famously known even generations after it stopped production? Well, that would be because of a little movie called Back to the Future. Admittedly, even before the movie, the DeLorean was very cool. It just wasn't the DeLorean yet, though. You know what I'm trying to say? But after Marty McFly and Doc Brown took her to 88 miles per hour and went back to 1955 and then to 2015, which is also crazy to think we live in a world past when Marty McFly went to the future, but I digress. Today, the DeLorean is sought after by collectors that own vintage sports cars and those who wish to be Marty McFly. And also, there's a brand new version coming out soon. It might be the end of the year or next year, I'm not sure, but a brand new DeLorean. Ooh, cool. Number 4, the Pontiac Aztek. The Pontiac Aztek is the definition of looks and sounds good on paper, but in reality doesn't pan out very well. Produced between the years of 2001 to 2005, she was cancelled shortly after due to extremely poor sales. Also, not to mention a few mechanical issues here and there, including doors malfunctioning and the rear hatch door, which if you're trying to get extra cargo in, it just kind of defeats the whole purpose of the vehicle. However, the worst part of the package is that it's just ugly, like really ugly. Rough, high angle lines, no curves. It's difficult to say who this car is really for. Hence, why a man like Walter White would be driving one around the Albuquerque, New Mexico area for some stuff. Second cell phone? I don't know what you're talking about, Skyler. That's just me and my Aztek. There's nothing going on here. What are you talking about? I'll be there in 5 minutes. Number 3, the 2003 Chevrolet SSR. Somebody sat down in a boardroom and said, hey, what if we take one of the ugliest cars that we have and turn it into a pickup truck hybrid, just like an El Camino? Great, said everyone at the table, who were all like-minded thinking individuals. That's right, the 2003 Chevrolet SSR shares DNA with the PT Cruiser, a pickup truck, and top-down convertibles that you see at the beach. That doesn't sound good, does it? Frankly, it's the vehicle nobody asked for. And to make matters even worse, the price tag was not wallet friendly, getting close to the price of a Corvette or the competitor sports roadster, which I feel like just defeats the purpose. Ever since Michael Scott pulled up in a PT Cruiser, it was uncool. Adding a cargo bed and retractable hardtop with a souped up engine won't help that. Get it fast while supplies last, folks. It's just a bad idea. It's an ugly car. Ugly car. Number 2, the Reliant Robin. Here's a European model for our European fans. Shout out, how you guys doing? I love you guys are great. Given how a lot of cities in Europe can feel compact and the old roads aren't meant for large beefy vehicles like you see here in North America, it makes complete sense why Fiat, Mini Cooper, and other car companies of the same type do very well with compacts. They're playing to the strengths of their market. That's key, that's business 101. So it makes perfect sense to have the Reliant Robin, a 3-wheeled miniature compact for those tight corners and small roads in ye olde Europe. It's not ye olde anymore, it's modern, but you know what I'm saying. Trouble is, the Reliant isn't so reliant, as the 3-wheel design often makes it tip over on its side if taking a turn too quickly. Taking a turn too quickly in any vehicle is not a great idea, sure, but my mom's Honda Civic isn't going to do a barrel roll when we rip into the McDonald's parking lot though, is it? No, it's not. So if someone has to tip you back over to get home, I argue it's not a good deal. And number 1, the amphibious car. The famous car from the 1960s is both a car and a boat. President Lyndon B. Johnson famously had one and would like to scare people by driving into the water, only to have them find out that the car was also a boat. It's kind of a weird prank, like, oh, we're just gonna drive in the water. It's so weird. Thing is though, you don't really see guys driving these around anymore. Nah, you don't, do ya? Maybe because, well, you know, any wave that's larger than the door would, well, come in and render that boat useless in a matter of seconds and you'd sink to the bottom of the lake, but hey, that's okay. It was cool for the time and it's cool for the list, so that's why it's on here. Okay guys, that's gonna wrap it up for me today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe here at Bumblebee for more. And if you too want to go on a boat ride with me, then check out my socials somewhere down below. Come on and follow me, just click it, just come on, and click it. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon. Stay tuned, my little honeybees. Ah, man. Good morning!